Hi there, and welcome to another Hobbytime at Healys sort of video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today you are here, if you haven't seen from the thumbnail, to check out one of these. So I have picked up one of the Planeswalker decks from the new Theros Beyond Death sets. Basically I have the one on me here, which is the black-blue one, which has Ashiok in it. So one of the legendary Planeswalkers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to, as with all products, new products, I'm going to give it a review, see what it's worth, and then I'm going to have a look through the cards. I'm going to open the 2 booster packs in here as well. I will put in the description below if you just want to see me open the packs or if you just want to skip to certain sort of like bits of it. But I'll always give it a review and go from it. Let's dive straight on in, shall we? So these decks sort of RRP for anywhere between, so I picked this up for, it was £12. Which I thought was a really good price for a deck. They're great for players if they want to dive in. So if you've not experienced Magic before and you just kind of want to pick up a deck and play, these are really nice ways to get into it. There'll be standard decks as well, so you can play them at most sort of Friday Night Magics. I just think they're a really nice segue in. But yeah, so come in the box. So you have basically a description of the Planeswalker. You get a little cardboard deck box to keep your cards in there, so you get some sleeves and a more sturdy deck box. 60 card decks, which you can actually, you get a code so you can run this online as well. So you effectively get 2 decks with this, because if you just play Arena, you can do it, or if one of your friends plays Arena and you play Physical, or vice versa, there's really good things you can do with it. And 2 15 card boosters. I think, have they always had 2? I'm not sure. I think the last one of these I remember picking up only came with 1 booster maybe. But I think, yeah, maybe that's just me. It's been a while since I picked up one of these. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll get this open and we'll see what it comes with. So, I'll have a look here. So first off, you get this like nice little nice little case here to keep everything in nice and tight. So first off, we'll have a look at the Planeswalker on the front. So this is the Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. So yeah, it's a 6 cost. So it's 1 island, 1 swamp, and then 4 others. Its first +2 is draw a card. Each player puts the top 2 cards of the library into the graveyard. Kind of nice. You've then got a -5, which is kind of a big jump, really. Put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So you can just pick something and bring it straight back out. Kind of nice. And then a -11, that's a big minus. So you gain control of all creatures target opponent controls. It's really nice, but you're most likely, I'm going to find people are going to be getting rid of him way before you can get to your -11. But if you do manage to pull it off, good for you. So that sits in there, which is kind of nice and secure. And then you have everything's in here. So you get, again, that's really nice artwork on there. And you open it up. And everything is just nice and neat. So you have your 2 Theros Beyond Death boosters, a little info pamphlet, and the deck. So your info pamphlet you get is basically, before you play, here's a bit of information. If you've never played before, here's how it works, the new terms that this is kind of all based around, and what are Planeswalkers. You know, kind of really, you know, most players, if you've already played, will just pretty much do that. But if you're a new player, that's kind of a handy little guide to get through. What you also get is like some helpful cards on here to kind of explain how things work as well. So if you really are new to it, it is actually a nice set to get you into it. What I'm going to do though is there we go. Get this open. We're going to go through the cards. I'll go through some of the more interesting ones, sticking with maybe the rares, the uncommons, if there's any other mythics apart from that one in here, which I kind of doubt. And then but some of the other ones you may have already seen me, may have seen these in my previous video where I opened up my pre-release pack from the Beyond Death event. If you haven't checked that out already, honestly, check it out. It's really cool. I really enjoyed doing it, and they sort of pulled some really, really nice stuff in there. Yeah, check it out on there. I'll put a little link to it up here so you can check that out. Yeah, so first off, we've got the Gravebreaker Lamia. Really cool because basically Lamias were creatures, kind of like snake, reptilian, witches, kind of things way back, sort of in that Greek time. So it does fit really nice in with this Theros Beyond Death theme. So it's the enchantment creature's got this really nice speckly border, and it's a 5 cost. It's lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card and put it in your graveyard, and then shuffle your library. spells you cast from your graveyard cost 1 less. So that's actually good if you've got, there's a mechanic in the Theros Beyond Death stuff with Escape, which is basically you can cast it for its escape cost from your graveyard, which is normally more expensive. So what I've seen so far is it's 2 mana more than what it is to bring it out from your hand, but there's normally a benefit for doing that if you bring that out where it's escape cost. This basically helps you whack that straight into your grave and then pop that out for 1 less. I think it's just really nice, really good. So we got Ashiok's Forerunner, so another rare. So it's a 5 cost on this one, and you'll need those lands up here. So it's Flash. When Ashiok's Forerunner enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. Reveal it, put it in your hand. If your library is searched this way, shuffle it. Again, kind of nice, helps you bring this one out quicker and helps you find it. Oh, and there's another one in there, so you can do it twice. Ooh, this is pretty. That is really nice. This is an uncommon, it costs 2 swamp, and it's Tamaret, Chosen from Death. And it's that really nice kind of, it looks like it's made up of a constellation of stars. That's really nice. So, its toughness is equal to your devotion to black. So your devotion is basically the total number of swamps in any permanence you control. So that toughness can basically be, if you've got loads and loads of blacks, you'll be fine. You've got, it's going to have a nice toughness on it. For 2 cost, you can exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards, and you gain 1 life for each creature exiled this way. So again, it's one of those you just go, I'm going to exile some stuff, gain some life. Really nice way of doing it. Elite Instructor, this isn't one I've seen before. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card and discard a card. And you get a couple of those. So some of these I'm going to kind of skip through. Because if I've already seen them. Here's an example of that escape cost we were talking about before. So it costs 3 and 1 swamp, but if you escape it's 5 and 1, but obviously with the card we saw earlier you can get that knocked down by 1, so it's only 1 more. But obviously you'll have to exile the cards at the same time. When it escapes, basically it comes with 2+1/+1 counters on it, so that's why you want to bring it out at its escape cost. So it's not just expensive for the sake of it, there is normally a benefit. And there's a couple of those. Underworld Charger, so it can't block, and again it escapes to 2+1/+1s. Devourer of Memory. Again, I'm not seeing this yet. When 1 or more cards are put into your graveyard from your library, Devourer of Memory gets +1/+1 until the end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. Okay, it's kind of nice. And then for an island, a swamp, and 1 other, put the top card of your library into your graveyard. So again, more theme from this deck, from what I can see, is stacking your graveyard with cards from your library, ready then to basically fire out stuff at its escape cost, or bringing it back with your Planeswalker's effect. Swimmer in Nightmares. So it gains +3/+0 as long as there are 10 or more cards in a single graveyard. So it doesn't matter if it's you or your opponent, as long as one of them's got 10 or less, it's going to have that benefit. And it can't be blocked as long as you control an Ashiok Planeswalker. And Mind Rack Harpy. So it's a flying one. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each player puts 3 cards from their library into their grave. So again, more of that stacking, but it's also hitting your opponent as well. Then we get onto the lands. Now, I am a little sad, there might hopefully be some in here, but there's some nice lands in here with some really nice artwork. But I was kind of hoping you'd get the ones that you pull from packs, which are these really nice kind of, like, not quite, they're almost full art, but they've got this like unique design that I've never seen in a set before. Shame that you didn't get any of those in there, but I suppose that's what you're hopefully getting here. So it'd be good to see in there. So some fun. This is one thing I've not seen yet, any of the lands that come from the Beyond Death set. So this is kind of an add, colourless mana or wastes, and then, or you can pay 1 and tap it to add a mana of any colour. You get a couple of those. So Glimpse of Freedom, draw a card, or you can do this as an escape cost. Escape cost is only 1 more. It's the first time I've seen anybody deviate from the 2 sort of mana more, so that's quite interesting. And you may cast this, basically you exile 5 cards, but you get to draw a card. Is it worth it? I mean, sometimes that card is everything you need. Sleep of the Dead. So tap target creature, it doesn't untap, so it's controller's next untap step, kind of nice. and then you can again do it as escape cost. That follows the trend of 2 mana more. Final Death, pretty easy. 5 cost, exile a creature. Really nice, easy one to use. So 3 cost for Funeral Rites. You draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, and put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Cool, it's kind of nice. Maya's Grasp, I've already seen that in the previous video. Code there. So that's the code to obviously use this online. And then a couple of handy little cue cards, basically for those new players and how to use it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So some really nice things in that deck, actually. The deck itself, I will do what I always do with any decks I buy sort of straight off, is I will use it a few times, get a feel for how it runs, and then, to be fair, I've got my own decks that I really like, and then I tend to strip it for parts, really. There are a few nice cards in here that I can see. I would like to see what comes more in these boosters first and what else is in the set before I start trying to, you know, alter and build. I've got a really nice standard deck at the minute, and whether or not some of the stuff can benefit from here, I'm not sure. So far, I'm seeing some fun things that could work in Commander, as that is one of the main formats I play. But yeah, I do think these are really worth picking up for any new players, and to be fair, just generally any players. You get some nice cards in here, some nice staples, a few rares, you get the Planeswalker, these are, and you know, a couple of boosters. You know, boosters are up here at £4 a pack, so you're getting 8 quid's worth of boosters plus 60 cards, one of which is guaranteed to be a mythic and a foil. It's a no-brainer, really, picking up these Planeswalker decks to me. So I would always recommend them, and yeah, I really rate them. What we'll do now is I'll open up these 2 packs and we'll see if we get anything funky. So let's dive in for the one with the Cerberus, the 3-headed dog on the front. Looks a little bit like Fluffy from Harry Potter. So, Sentinel's Eyes. So I've not seen this either, so I'm going to have a read. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. Its escape cost, again, another one that deviates from the trend. Maybe I've just seen a trend, or it's just the ones I happen to have pulled so far. You exile 2 cards and you can do it again. Towering Wave Mystic. Inspire Awe. Karametra's Blessing. So it's 1 planes. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. If it's an enchanted creature or enchantment creature, it also gains hexproof and indestructible. That's quite cool. For 1 cost, that's really, really nice. Triumphant Surge, Maya's Grasp, Starlit Mantle, Final Flare, Warbriar Blessing, Omen of the Sun. So Commanding Presence. So it's an enchantment aura. It's 4 cost. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gains +2/+2 and has first strike. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. More white, bringing out more tokens there, gaining sort of like with first strike. You know, it's that kind of sort of way, really typical way white decks play. But again, nice card to go with it. Whirlwind Denial. For each spell and ability your opponents control, counter it unless they pay 4. Again, nice way to do that. Hero of the Nyxborn, which again, really nice card. Another Saga here. I have seen this previously. So it is a really, really nice Saga card. Because it basically, the way it works is you gain control of a creature. Then all of your opponent's creatures must attack anything tapped. So any creature that attacks then taps. Most with their vigilance. It then deals damage equal to itself, equal to its power. So a lot of things are going to take themselves out. It's a really nice way to sort of clear the field over a period of 3 turns, providing nobody gets rid of it. It's nice. And these are what I was talking about. These gorgeous lands that you get in the boosters. I just think they are absolutely exquisite. Like, bravo to Wizards and the art team, because these are just beautiful. I just think they're really, really nice. And then a token. And the final pack. So, Wings of Hubris. So, equipped creature has flying. Sacrifice it. Equipped creature can't be blocked this turn. Sacrifice it at the end of the next end step, however, and it's 1 to equip. Grim Physician. Naiad of Hidden Coves. Portent of Betrayal, Aspect of Lamprey, a Brian Giant, a Nyxborn Brute, Nylea's Forerunner, Nyxborn Corsair, Nyxborn Marauder, a Nyx Herald. Ooh, not seen this yet. So it's a green 3 cost enchantment creature. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, target enchanted creature or enchantment creature you control gains +1/+1 and trample until the end of the turn. That's nice. Underworld Dreams. So whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to them. Kind of nice. Really nice one there. Escape Velocity. 1 cost. A creature, enchant creature. The enchanted creature gains +1/+0 and has haste, and it has that escape cost there. Okay. Ooh. Okie dokie. So, Portal Mythic. This is really nice. Yeah, so it's another one of the legendary enchantment creatures. This one is the god. So I've seen some of the demigods. It's cool now to get one of the gods, but that is pretty. That artwork is really, really nice. So I'll just read through this. So it's Klothys, God of Destiny. It's 3 cost. It's indestructible. As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, Klothys isn't a creature, so it will sit as an enchantment, which is nice. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land, add mountain or forest. Otherwise, you gain 2 life and Klothys deals 2 damage to each opponent. That is really nice. That I can see being a fun random deck in Commander or Brawler or any of those formats. I just think that's really nice, and yeah, that's just really, really, really pretty. I really like the artwork on this, and yeah, awesome. It's nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with that pull. An island. This is it's quite nice actually. I've pulled the island one obviously to go with the deck that it comes with, and then a human soldier token. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, just to summarize, these decks I do really, really recommend. I think they're really worth picking up. You get some really nice cards plus a couple of boosters, and the price they are, I just think it's really worth it. In terms of my pulls, I'm really happy, especially with that God card I pulled. And what I'll do is I'll have a play around. I'll play with the deck a bit and then probably strip it down and have a mess around on Arena as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope this kind of gives you an idea of what comes in the deck, or it does give you an idea, and helps you if you're making any decisions, if you're on the fence about what to do. But yeah, thank you very much. As always, if you like what you see, please hit that notification, hit that like and subscribe and notification bell to be up to date with all when I do my videos. I also put on my Twitter and my Instagram when my videos are going up. If you don't like what you see, or you've not been, or you think there's anything I can improve on, hit me up in the comments. I'm always looking for feedback, and I'm really happy to obviously chat with the community as well. Otherwise, thank you very much, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.